Okay folks, so today I'm going to show you how easy it is to propagate Arachnis orchids. And this is the only thing that we'll be needing today. Of course, our cutting tool, which is being disinfected in the Physand solution. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Arachnis orchid of which we will be propagating today. Do you guys see it? Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Well, there it is, right there, growing up my tree and also hidden behind so many plants. And this Arachnis orchid actually grows from the ground all the way up, and it is about 9 feet tall. And if I let it have its way, it'll grow right up my tree, and I will never be able to manage it. So today we're going to be cutting it down to size so that we can handle this orchid. So let us get our handy dandy clipper and find exactly where we want to cut it, which will be about right here, because we want to have enough stem area where we can stick it into the ground and also have enough roots, which this has 2, and also has some more further up. We want at least 3 roots to have a good substantial chance for it to survive. And because we are going to be making a cutting on this Vandaceous orchid, this will have a probability of promoting offshoots or new growths to this orchid. And here we go. And let's go ahead and retrieve our reward. And as you can see right here, that's the original stem that we took the clipping off of, and this is pretty long still. It still stands at a good 5 feet tall, so hoping because of the propagation, perhaps this will throw off some offshoots. And there it is now, cut down to size and standing at about 3 feet tall. And if we do take a look at the roots, we will actually see 2 roots that are of a good length. They are both at about 12 inches long, actually a little bit over. And then if we take a look right here, here's yet another root. And going up the stem, you'll also find some other little roots. So yeah, this has a good amount of root system to sustain this clipping. So what we're going to do with this one is we're actually going to take the lower leaves and about 4 leaves down so that we can have a good amount of stem area where we can place it into the media. So here we go, just taking the lower leaves off. And we'll just go ahead and dip the lower stem area into the Physand solution to disinfect it. And we also have one more Arachnis orchid that we do have to take a cutting off of. And here it is, right there, growing up this trellis. And where we're going to make the clipping is in this area. And it's going to be, I would say, about 2 feet tall. So it's going to be a good length as well. And as you can see, my Arachnis orchids are actually a little bit hidden where they can't be appreciated, and they don't have enough time to have fun in the sun. So we're going to get them a little bit more sun, and I'm going to be able to appreciate them just a little bit more. And as you can see on this one, there are so many roots throughout the stem area, so no problem at all with this one. And if we take an even closer look right there, can you see it? There appears to be a new growth of an offshoot right there. So I definitely want to include that new growth in there so we can have another plant growing along with it. So we're going to go ahead and cut about right here. Again, I said we want a good stem area to be able to insert it in the ground. So right here is good. And here we go. And the good news, folks, is for the stems that are left behind, it can actually encourage a new growth, as it did in this case. This is the stem that was cut, and this is the new growth, the offshoot that grew from that stem. Taking it from the trellis, and wow, pretty nice size on this one actually. Dipping the end of the stem into the Physand solution to disinfect it. And surprisingly, this Arachnis orchid right here is a lot longer than I thought it was. This actually stands at a good 3 feet tall as well. And look at all those roots. Yeah, nice healthy root system on this one. Okay, so let's take the twins to their brand new home. And right here, this is their brand new home alongside of this little tree right here that is contained within this pot. So we're actually going to insert the actual stem area into that pot and allow it to climb up this little tree right here. So I think it's going to get better sun and also have room to grow, and I still can appreciate and see the orchids. So now it's just a matter of inserting the stem area into the soil media. And also situating the actual orchid to where it can grow comfortably up this tree. And here we go with the second cutting right here. And also, just for added security, especially when you're beginning to train your orchid or have it situated in a way you want it to grow, you can actually use a simple twisty tie to go ahead and secure it in place. And there you have it, folks. As you can see, easy peasy. That is the way that I went ahead and propagated my orchid, and is currently the way that I'm growing my Arachnus orchids now. And just to give you a little bit more information on the growth habit of this Arachnus orchid, this is a vandaceous orchid, which we all know is monopodial, which means that it will grow from the top. Now, unlike Vandas, is the fact that this has an exuberant rate of growth in regards to how tall it can grow. This in nature can actually grow up to 30 feet tall and is known to have a vining-like quality where it'll latch onto trees and other vegetation and even other tall structures. So if you don't propagate or keep it under control by top heading it or cutting it back, then you do risk the fact that this could grow so tall that it will get out of hand and it'll be hard to maintain. But not only that, we also know that within Vandas and Vandaceous orchids, they will also bloom nearer to the top of the orchid and usually every fourth leaf. So with that in mind, if you have a Vandaceous orchid such as this Arachnus that grows so tall, then you wouldn't even be able to really appreciate the blooms either. So again, in order to keep this under maintenance and in control, it is good to have a form or a process where you are top heading it, you are propagating it, and you are cutting it back. Because in that regard, you will be able to enjoy the blooms, keep it under control, and also have new growths grow from them as well, which will make them a lot more bushier than lanky as in its normal way of growth. So if you do plan on having this type of orchid, it definitely is a good idea to have something in place before you get this orchid. Have a plan in mind whether or not you want to go through the propagation, the cutting back process, or if you will have something big enough as a structure for this to be capable of growing healthy. I thank you guys so much for allowing me to share this information with you, and I'm hoping that you liked this video, and I'm hoping that you did learn something new. If you like this video, please be sure to like, share, and also subscribe, and turn on that bell notification button so you will know exactly when I do post a new video. And I sure do thank each and every one of you guys for visiting me here at my garden, and I do hope that you guys visit me here often. As you guys already know, I do truly love and appreciate each and every one of you guys all, and I will see you guys later, and I'll also grow with you guys later as well. Bye-bye for now. Mwah.